Alright everyone, welcome back. And today we're going to go with the Immutable Trial. So we've completed almost all the trials. We haven't done the Chaos Trial yet. You'll see it eventually. But the Immutable Trial is unique in that, well, let the game tell you. In the Immutable Trial, shop items and treasure chest contents are predetermined. Similarly, Noah's power-ups are also predetermined no matter what the airship's repair status and statues, and avatars are removed during the trial. So let's jump in. It's basically a controlled challenge. As you see, we're back to normal Noah. No accessories, no items, low power. If we jump into our details, we have very little added damage anywhere. We do get one Aether Thrust, but because we don't have statues, it means that we can't recharge it super quickly. As you see, it's still charging. Now, the other thing to note here is all of our shops are predetermined. And the way it goes is you get a Little Pup shop first, and then an accessory shop. And then it will alternate. The shops go from basically bronze rank, 1 stars, for the first 2, then 2 stars for the next 2, and then 3 stars for the last 2. So you're very much encouraged to think about your lineup a little bit more carefully. Now, it also means that you're able to make proper builds for this mode because you always know what you're getting and when. I haven't figured out an ideal build, and as you saw, I haven't cleared this yet, despite actually putting in some time and effort. However, I do like opening with Claire and Trip Trap as our main Little Pups. And the reason for that is they bring a lot of high damage, or a lot of hit count. So the green crystal can really benefit us early on, which is a good mix of both worlds. Anyway, let's jump into our first fight. This challenge mimics the Ultimate Trial, but with normal versions. So you fight all the bosses in the game, and it's just really up to you to put it all together. So, as you see, this is kind of how this... Oh, I went the wrong way. Sadly, that reset the combo. This is how this goes. We don't do a whole lot of damage. I just took a hit. That's not great. You do still get rank, as all the other trials do, but because your damage is so poor, this is pretty much the hardest challenge in the game, and the longest. There's not a whole lot you can do to increase your times. Oops, I messed that one up. As you can see, we're actually burned. It's rare that you get a status effect actually inflicted on you, but there it is. Alright. Okay, get through that one. This one isn't going to hit, so we're good. We're making it. Slowly but surely. We've taken a lot of damage. We do come with 3 potions. I don't know what the equivalent potion upgrade level is, though. So we'd have to drink a potion to find out how much could it heal us. Oh, okay. Phase shift. As you can tell, it's really slow to get through these fights. My plan is to do one good attempt in a video, and we may end up having to push this off to just kind of like a stream. Mostly because it's hard to get everything in. King's most annoying attack. King is also a really good starter boss, but really bad for this kind of build because, as you've seen, King can just go invulnerable or like go into ways that you can't really hit him, meaning you break hit count a lot. And we don't really have reliable ways to mitigate his attacks or dodge them because we only have one Aether Thrust every so often, effectively. Alright. But thankfully, boss patterns are pretty straightforward. Well, that's unfortunate. That's going to take a bit more time. King's RNG is the worst, because King just legitimately can't be hurt during a lot of attacks. So if you want to really fight King, you want to... Oh, we even got a small chest here. I forgot. They don't give you bonuses in these chests. They give you just bursts and heals. So we're in for it. Okay, so here's the second setup. Now, I was actually wrong in how I explained it before, apparently. This is Lil Pups with a mix. So you get the dragons, which Dragons are alright. We're going to take the Frost Dragon here. In some builds, I skip this one entirely. For good reason. It's not entirely worth it. Now, we have a long way to go, and I think it's okay to keep investing in hit count. We'll see how that goes for us. The Titan is pretty straightforward to fight. Sadly, it's Glaive Titan. I hate the Glaive Titan. It's the one I had the most trouble with. But that's kind of why we took this setup. Because I need something with good burst damage to really take advantage of all the stuff that we put together. Oh wait, this is Sword Titan. Hold on. I'm dumb. Knowing which Titan you're fighting is actually pretty important because it changes a lot about how you're doing each fight. Okay, just watch the top of the screen. Try not to take too much damage. Nope, that was close. Alright, I can burst here. The nice thing is because they give you burst, you can kind of use it liberally. In this case, we got just enough to make the kill. That's always nice. Okay, burst and heal. This is our accessory run. So your accessories are really important here because it kind of determines how you're going to be fighting. Because especially since you get things so slowly. Now, I feel like the Lilliput charms aren't super useful, just because you need a certain type, and your ability to customize your team to a certain element is limited and difficult as well. I like Thunderbolt and Icicle. It's possible to use both of those together. Just attack in midair and the Icicle will pop up underneath. Aeroblast is good for racking up higher hit counts, so the more you invest in green crystals, the more that the Aeroblast charm can help. We're going to hold off. And part of the reason why I'm holding off is I don't need it. It makes my fights take a little longer, but the money saved will go to good use. Or at least I'm hoping. Alright. So one of the interesting techniques to pick up in this game is short hopping. It's very hard to do. But if you're able to do it, you can get a lot of damage. Like, we kind of just cleaned up there. I'll be honest, I was surprised. Okay, the next set of Lillipups. Something to note there, you only get 500 per 3 stars in this mode, so you do have to be a bit careful. Now, as for what we pick up, we have enough to pick up 3 options, but remember, the next shop is going to have more things that we can do. As well, the next shop, I believe, is our accessories, so we're going to want to keep that in mind. Now, what do we pick up here? Well, we've gone pretty heavy into hit count. I think it would be in our interest to continue down that path. And the next boss is also the Beast, so we want something that's going to help us there. Being honest, Chuck is just a really strong default. You can't go wrong picking up Chuck for getting more damage on the table, so we're going to do that. And this is what our team's kind of going to look like. Now, Chuck will enable us to use the Thunderbolt amulet pretty consistently. And I think we're going to go like this. No, we're going to go like this, because we want to make sure that we hit our short-range attack as soon as possible. These two are much longer range. Now, one thing we could do is we could pick up someone else. Heidi is okay, but not... Heidi is slow to attack. Probably don't want Heidi. Water Wheel is also slow to attack and okay. Sophie is an excellent skill. In this case, I'm actually going to pick her up specifically to use her as a skill. Because we're going to continue investing in green crystals, which means we really want to keep that hit count up. We do want to keep the Frost Dragon for now, though, because we want something that hits hard. Now, disclaimer, of course, this isn't like top tier building. I'm never going to tell you that my builds are like what you should be aiming for. Okay, let me get out of there. We're going to be taking these pretty slow, because as you may be able to guess, we don't have a whole lot of damage. So any hits we take are going to be felt. Okay. Ooh, that's close. Good thing we got out of the way there. Okay. Okay, got through that. Okay, we can run Sophie here. Get out of the way. Oh, that was close. I almost missed the jump. Okay, just... That was dangerous, actually. Ooh, took a hit. Alright, we need to get out of the way. Took some damage, but that's okay. Oh, I got hit by that one. Alright. I don't have a whole lot of options for safe attacks, and we took a death. I just didn't have a whole lot of options for not taking too much damage there. This is usually the point that I fail at. So that's kind of an idea of how things go. We'll do a run back on this one because it didn't take too long to get to. I want to keep a similar strategy going into this. Maybe change things up a little bit as we get through. But let's go. 1, 2, 3. Take those out. The build that we had going is actually pretty good, and technically there's no reason why we couldn't use it again. It may make more sense to run Water Wheel up front instead of Chuck if we wanted to go more of an ice focus build. So if you want to do an elemental build, definitely start grabbing the element you're looking for early, especially the boost for it. Like we actually could have done a lot more damage if we were doing hold on. If we picked up the wind Pyro Blaster, it would have done a lot of damage for us. Alright. There. The damage is starting to stack up. We're at the halfway point, so we're looking pretty good. We're also almost at 2,000 damage, and we got our first invincibility. So that's a combo break. Unfortunate, but all right. This should be pretty clear. We should be safe. As long as I don't do something like incredibly dumb. We also got a burst. Burst is powerful. We don't have too much burst bonus, and you don't really get a burst bonus until much later on in the run. But it's something to keep in your back pocket. Just always remember that you have available. Alright. So, we're going to pick up the green crystal again. And this is actually a point where you can try different things. It's possible to skip the Frost Dragon here, fight the boss without it, and then in the next one you can pick up more stuff. But the Frost Dragon brings a lot of damage early, so it is a trade-off you have to make. I'll show you what happens if we skip the Frost Dragon here, though. This will mean that when we get to the accessories, we're more free to buy accessories. But also, when we get to the first round of 2-star little pups, we have options. Like, we're not just tied to having to do 1 or 2. We could probably get 3 or 4. Also, you're kind of seeing the power here that the hit counts give for us. I'm still sad that Enrage's break combo for this guy specifically. Like, I understand why it would be kind of broken if Enrage's didn't break combo. Okay, we're going to burst here just for the kill. If Enrages didn't break combo on this guy, it would never end. Like, literally never end. Okay, got the burst gauge back. This is part of why it's okay to use burst. You get it back. Okay, icicle. And we're going to take this now. So we managed to save a little bit of money. We managed to earn a bit more money too on that one because we used our burst a bit better. And now we have the Wind Pyroblaster. I'll show you what it does and why sometimes I'm not super fond of it. The problem is its range, but its effect is great for building up hit count. As you can see, we're getting a lot of hits. He dropped the combo there, unfortunately. Okay. We made it to halfway. That's actually a good time to be halfway. Lets us dodge a bunch of stuff. That was a little tricky on the dodge, but we made it. Okay. You do want to make sure to attack Queen at a bit of a distance. Ooh. Took a hit because I wasn't actually paying attention. Okay. We got through it. We won. That's going to reduce the money we get by half on the damage taken. That's alright, though. So now we're here, right? This is where we picked up Chuck last time, and we could definitely do it again. That's entirely viable. But we could also pick up other things. Like, we didn't really use Sophie last time, so should we grab her? We have 5,000 gold. And our Lillipups aren't bad, per se, but they do kind of slow it. Like, we're not going quick. Which could become a problem, but we're building up hit count a lot. We get Thunderbolt, Amulet, and Icicle. That's not a bad deal, right? So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to grab Sophie, because once again, Sophie is good for hit count, as well as just guaranteed Frostbite. So that's not something we want to look down on. This is kind of where we do want to make a choice on our build, though. If we're going to be going for hit count, then we should pick up Water Wheel. And this is where there's some information that you normally wouldn't have at this point that I can share. The Lilliputs in this combo, or in this game, or mode, sorry, do not use DLC. So your SSR Lilliputs are actually going to be like Tomoe, Freya, and I believe Bramwell or Pierce. It really discourages you from going entirely Wind because the SSR Wind Lillipups are not that good. Chuck is effectively your SSR Wind Lillipup. For us, as much as I like Tomoe, I think we're going to go heavy on Ice here. So we're going to skip out on Chuck, which seems a bit weird, but you'll see why. Actually, I can just tell you why. It's ranged attacks, right? Chuck moves you around a lot, and while he does a lot of good damage, it's not always going to be in your benefit. And Claire gives us a lot of what we need without having to sacrifice any of it, any of our potential. Alright. Get through there. Now, does this mean our damage is like going slower? Yes, entirely. But it does mean that we're a bit safer. And that goes a long way too. Let's see. Get out of the way. I misread the attack, which is a little unfortunate. Oh, okay, I misread that action too. Ooh, I'm doing some misreads. That's not great. Alright, get out of there. Alright, burst here, and we're going to hope the burst does the damage that we need to get the kill. Yep. Nice. So we made it through that fight. Pretty clean, pretty clean. It's like I'm a whole new person. The time wasn't great, and we didn't get a very high damage combo, but now we have a chance to pick up different rings. And this is where you really push towards a direction for your build. So we're going to grab the 2 ice rings, because ice very much relies on having the hit count. The other thing that we should keep in mind too is that we're now at a bit of a crossroads in where do we want to take our crystals. We have hit count in our party right now, which is good, so we do benefit from the green crystal, but you know, maybe it would be good to mix it up. I'm going to continue picking up the green crystal, and actually it wouldn't be a bad idea to pick up the Fury Bracelet here for increased burst. So I'm actually going to grab that as well. Now, I normally don't like hit or crit chance, because crit chance is 10% is not a whole lot, but Ice Lillipups do come with additional boosts at their crit chance. Now, it's also very hard to see what's going on with Jack, so let me just get out of the way here. Sophie is very useful for dealing with Jack, as you can see. Alright. Okay, we're going to burst on this, because I think we've racked up quite a bit of burst. Yeah, we did. I think something that even I continue to sleep on is just how powerful Avatar bursting can be. Alright, we got the... I mean, that's a really sudden change, but we are into SSRs now, or gold. So we want to pick up Freya for sure. There's an argument to pick up, like, Reaper or even Tomoe for continuing our combo. I'm mixed on it. We are going to continue to take the green crystal, because we've invested a lot into hit count. It's not the worst idea. If I remember right, the next set of rings are also the SSR boost rings, so we do want to save money there. So we're not going to pick up anything else. If you did want to pick up something else, I would recommend Tomoe. She's just the best that's left. And if you're doing a fire build, definitely pick up Tomoe. I'd be a bit wary about Tristan. I don't really like Tristan's attack patterns that much, but you do you. He's not a bad Lillipup, but he does benefit most from being on the ground. Now, the Grail Fight is important to space properly, because you don't get a whole lot of opportunity to build up massive combos on Grail the same way. Okay, we're just going to take it safe here. It's okay if we break our combo. Our build is good at racking up a good amount of hits anyway. Oops, that's a bad hit to take. You ideally don't want to be taking too many hits from Grail. So, you know. Oh, that's unfortunate. I wanted to carry the combo into fighting the dragons. Okay. Grail is going for it again. Okay, I screwed that one up on the attack direction. Oof. Alright, let's drink up a little. Just be safe. Oh, that was my bad. Noah doesn't turn around very quick, so you do kind of commit to whatever direction you're facing. Oh, I disagree, sir, but I guess not my choice. Let me get through that. Okay, that was close. I want to take it a bit slow here, just because I don't want to take too much more damage. We are doing okay. Oh, I screwed that one up entirely. Alright, drink, because we don't get heals. Let me use Sophie. Get through the Bramwells. Oof. That hurts. Alright. So now it's even more important to like pay a lot of attention to his attack patterns, especially since, yeah, that. We were pretty low on HP. I took a lot of damage in that fight. But yeah, that's we'll call that our best attempt so far. I'm going to want to continue doing this, so expect some more videos, or the next video you see with the Immutable Trial will be a victory. I'm not going to subject you to all my attempts, but thank you all for watching, and I hope you saw a bit of this, learned a little bit of how it works. It's a very interesting mode, and I really appreciate what it brings to the table, because it lets you kind of challenge your skills rather than your luck. Anyway, as always, like, subscribe, do all the things, let me know if you like this video or not, so I can make better content for you. And wish you all the best. Hope you have a great day. Later, all.